All right, you guys, the moment you all have been waiting for, my new Road Glide build is done. We're getting ready to head on a great American convoy. Today I'm gonna go through everything we did to build what I truly believe to be one of the ultimate touring / performance Harley Davidson baggers. I say touring / performance because I wanna have it reliable, but I wanna have the performance when I'm out there to really enjoy the twisties when I get into them, or get out and around traffic when I need to, or just to ride completely irresponsibly if that's what it comes down to. So I dropped the bike off not too long ago, and of course I left it with my boy Rusty from D&D Exhaust. Y'all have seen him in my videos before. What's up, Rusty?
What's up?
Rusty is an American Marine Corps veteran, all-around badass, and builder of the best exhaust in the entire world, D&D Exhaust.
Heavy on the badass.
Heavy on the badass. Don't put that part in there lightly. Anyhow, I dropped the bike off to Rusty. You guys may have seen that video. He took it off my truck with a forklift. I was super nervous that my bike was gonna get ruined before we even got started, but I showed back up here today and I've got a beautifully built machine ready for the road. I don't even know where to start with this thing because there's so much we did to it. This is so far from a factory Road Glide at this point. It's pretty wild, okay? But these are all parts and these are all things, most of them, not all of them because we do have a custom paint job on there, but most of them are things you can get for your bike too should you want them. Let me run through what we all did to this bike because it's pretty extensive. We'll start out up top. Of course, I went with the Clockworks windshield. I've been running them on my last few touring bikes and they've been doing really good for me. Windshield is an important piece of your machine, man. If you're not getting the proper wind, it can be a miserable ride, especially when you're putting down miles and miles, days after days, or weeks after weeks, or like my last trip behind Clockworks, months after months. Let's move into the cockpit because here's where some things get really interesting. I went with some Rockford Fosgate speakers, but the real heart of the cockpit, it's really not done yet. I got a new set of handlebars that's coming out with Kraus, and I love working with Kraus. They're amazing. I got a new handlebar setup coming out. It'll be on soon, but this is another setup they have that's gonna get me by till my new line is launched. So we've got the Kraus risers, we've got a Kraus triple tree, and really, Rusty, this is like a whole front end from Kraus, right?
It's an inverted front end built by Kraus.
So it is an inverted front end.
Correct.
It's built by Kraus.
Correct.
You get it on Kraus's website.
Yep.
And they perform well. You've run them before.
I've run them on almost everything. Also did the Brembo radial mount calipers.
So we got the radial mount calipers by Brembo, and you did the wheels too, Rusty. What did we do on wheels there?
Those are the Harley wheels called Prodigy. Pretty cool looking wheels, way better than what it came with. And then I had them pinstriped, and those are the Harley Davidson floating rotors that we got from Harley too.
That is a pretty sick wheel right from the factory. It does not come on this bike like you said, but it is a Harley official wheel to put on there, and that makes things somewhat easier when you're doing fitment stuff to go with a wheel like that. Isn't that what you told me, Rusty?
I like the Harley wheels. The fitment is because it's a 19 and the widths and the ride height and everything stays the way it should. And that gets all your angles right when you're going into corners and makes it perform a lot better. Back
to the cockpit. We no longer have to relocate gauges, okay? On the old bikes, we have to relocate the gauges. On this new model, we've got this beautiful dash up here, and you do not at all have to relocate your gauges. You can actually see right over the top of it pretty well, which is nice. So I paired the Kraus risers triple tree with a set of ODI bars for now, and a set of hand grips that I got from my friends over at Ciro 3D. And I swapped out the mirrors, put something a little bit sleeker on there. Those are actually a Harley Davidson product as well. Moving down, we took off the dash from the original bike and we added this carbon fiber dash. This is actually a dash you can get. It's 100% carbon fiber, and this you can also get from my boys over at Kraus. As long as we're talking carbon fiber, what else do we put carbon fiber on there, Rusty?
Front fender, rear fender, and saddlebag lids.
So you got the front fender, rear fender, and saddlebag lids too. And see, just breaking up this back end with that carbon fiber, I think that really changes the look of this bike. I really like the blue, but it was a little too much all by itself. And I think this really breaks it down nicely, and I love the pinstripe you put on there, Rusty. Of course, you can get that carbon fiber from my friends over at Kraus as well. Dave Perowitz, oh, he did the pinstriping too? You sent him the carbon fiber?
He did that part. I got a local guy to do the wheels because I didn't have those at the time.
Okay, but on the carbon fiber, that was Dave Perowitz, and of course, if you guys don't know who Dave Perowitz is, the king of flames, I thought what better way to get a custom bike than to put some flames on it from Dave Perowitz himself. Now, I really didn't know about the orange against the blue. I wanted to feel kind of like what a Harley would look like if Hot Wheels made it with some flames. The contrast was a lot for me at first. to get used to, but the more I look at this bike, the more I like the contrast. The fact that it's completely tricked out with inverted front suspension and some performance parts we're gonna talk about next goes along with the fact that it's got kind of this funky, loud paint job. I wanted to do black flames on it. What did Dave say when we called him and told me we wanted to do black flames?
He said a lot of things probably can't say on camera.
You got one, he said? You can say on camera?
He doesn't want black flames on it. If you're gonna do it, we do it with these flames.
That's what he said. He said, you're gonna do flames, let's do some flames. So we got Dave Perwitt's flames. For the crash bars, we did these Harley Davidson kind of, you know, I don't know, I think these are like, what are those, like kind of more from the stunt scene, those bars?
I would say, yeah.
Kind of a new style. I put them on there. I think they look sleek and good. And I added my Ciro 3D TAC 10 lights. These lights I had on my last convoy, and let me tell you, they were one of the most talked about things on my bike. People said they could see me, 100 bikes in a line, they could tell me when I pulled out because of these lights right here. They're super, super bright. And then moving back, we've got my signature Adam Sandoval mini boards, because you got to have, and I mean got to, you cannot have enough places to put your feet when you're touring long distance. Having these mini boards is nice, I love them. You want to support me and check out these rad boards I got, you can get them over at Ciro 3D too. And they got these cool mounts that actually go underneath your floorboard that you can adjust up, down, in, out. I'll link that down in the description as well, because those mounts are pretty slick. And then I've got Kraus parts, man, brake levers, Kraus floorboards. These are the max lean floorboards. You see they kind of kick up in the back. Passenger pegs too to match. Hopefully my wife will come out and ride with me a little bit and she'll be able to run them. And now, before we go any further, let's talk performance, because we did put some performance stuff in this bike. I'm gonna let Rusty tell you what we all put in there.
As far as the engine work goes, we did a Redshift 472 cam, fueling lifters, S&S push rods, quarantine inner cam bearing, all the stuff that we normally do on pretty much all the rest of the bikes. This particular model comes with a aluminum intake, so we didn't have to switch it out. And then a brand new Thundermax that just came out for these things. We're actually been testing it for the last month or so, and they're gonna release those hopefully for Sturgis, and anybody with one of these newer bikes can get one. Did a Trask air cleaner, and we also did a Trask swing arm on this bike too. So that's one of their newer products that a lot of people don't know about, is a high performance swing arm with a little carbon fiber. And then of course, the thing that ties it all together is this is a new pipe for you. You've never had one of these. This is what we call a Bobcat. I did it in chrome with a carbon sleeve.
I could confidently say I love Rusty's exhaust. My bikes I've been running for the last few years, all D&D exhaust. They make the sound, they make the power. Everybody's always asking me what exhaust I got when I'm out there on the road, and it's D&D. Now, the swing arm he was talking about, this is it back here. If you guys can see it, it's a big, fat, aluminum swing arm. And when I was talking to the boys on Nick's race team, he races, you know, obviously Trask bike and King of the Baggers, they said they actually picked up some time on their laps once they switched to the swing arm. Down here's that Trask power plate. And of course we got a Kraus shift linkage there. And of course all of our Kraus setup here, and my Adam Sandoval floorboards again on this side. The bike is looking wicked. I'm pretty excited. Of course, back here, tucked away, if you look underneath, you can actually see, of course I got my Legend Revo Arcs back here, my fully adjustable suspension that, oh yeah, you can see the bottom of the spring right there. And now you're looking down the belly of the Bobcat, the D&D exhaust. If you can't tell, I'm kind of like a kid at Christmas over here. I'm super excited. This thing is, it's really kind of a dream bike for me. I've had a lot of really cool bikes. This truly is a dream bike for me. This is really the furthest I've ever gone into a build like this on a touring bike, and I think it turned out beautiful. I can't wait to run it. And if you ask me if Hot Wheels made a 2024 Harley Davidson Road Glide, that's probably what it would look like. And that's why I'm not giving this one away. Nope, I'm not giving this one to one of you. But if you join me on the convoy, you still have a chance at winning a bike very similar to this. Harley Davidson is putting up a 2024 Road Glide or Street Glide of your choice. They're gonna give it away to one person who joins me on the convoy. You don't even have to donate to our charity, which is the Wounded Warrior Project. I hope you do donate. But to enter the bike, all you gotta do is show up. You don't even have to ride with us. Just meet us at one of the dealers, show your support, and you can be entered to win a brand new 2024 Road Glide or Street Glide. You can also have your own color choice. Of course, this whole convoy that we're doing, what we're building this bike for, is to raise money for veterans through the Wounded Warrior Project. So we hope you guys can show up, meet us at one of the dealerships. You can find my whole schedule down at adamsandoval.com or catch us at one of our hotel stops. Best Western is one of our title sponsors to this thing, and we'll be staying at Best Westerns across the country. You can meet us in one of their lobbies or parking lots for breakfast, and come ride with us. Enter a chance to win a motorcycle. Only the people who show up to visit me on this tour are entered to win. So it's not something people can just do across the internet, and there's gonna be thousands and thousands and thousands of people entered in it. Well, there probably will be thousands of people, but they're only the people who show up. I hope one of them is you. Hey, thank you for building that for me, homie.
You're very welcome.
Everybody wants to know why you build these bikes for me consistently, over and over. You're building me really rad bikes. Why are you doing that for me, man?
Because I'm awesome.
There you have it. It's because he's awesome. It works out good for me. I'm not going to argue with the man. He's doing a great job. I mean, he builds rad stuff. Even like, look at this car back here. Everything he touches is rad. Rusty, D&D exhaust, American hero, American badass. And don't let him lie to you. It's not just because he's awesome. He's actually just got a really big heart too. He does a lot of stuff for charity across the country. I've been at auctions with him where he's auctioned way more for stuff than what it should have gone for. You know what I'm talking about, Rusty. And this is his way of helping out on this convoy too. So big shout out to D&D Exhaust. You guys go over to his website, get his pipe. You're gonna love it as much as I do, and you're helping a rad dude. I'll see you guys in the next video.